Hey, boys and girls, it's Mr. Mac. Today we're going to be working on Module 5, Lesson 4, which is finding the volume of right rectangular prisms. So we've been dealing with volume and counting the unit cubes to figure out what the volume is going to be. Today, we're going to step it up a notch a little bit, right? So I've got a couple of examples here that I'm going to go through. The biggest thing we are going to be using during these examples and these problems and throughout the lessons for the next day or so is talking about the base of these right rectangular prisms. And in order to find the base, really, when we're looking at this example here, the base is really how many blocks are going to be on the bottom of our figure. So if we look at this box that's posted for example number 1, okay, we can see that there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. So that means it has a base of 8 boxes. Okay, so the base is on the bottom, right? So that's the big thing. We're looking at the area of the base. That is how many blocks we're going to cover the bottom of our right rectangular prism, right? So then we are then going to be looking at the volume of that base. Well, we know that the volume is just how many blocks there are, okay, which is 8 cubic units. We talked about how volume is always measured in cubic units because cubic is 3-dimensional, which is length, width, and height. Okay, so that's where the cubic units come from. So the volume of that layer is 8 cubic units. So in order to find the volume of the entire box here, we need to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers that are all the same, right? So the base was 8 cubic units, and we have 5 of them stacked on top of each other. So in order to find the volume of this right rectangular prism, you're going to take the 8 cubic units, which is the base, and multiply that by 5 because there are 5 layers there. The height is 5. So when you do 8 times 5, you're going to get a volume of 40 cubic units. And that's how you're going to find the volume of this example here. So when we look at this table on the bottom here, it says complete the table to find the volume of Naomi's box. How is the volume related to the height? Well, we know that if the height is just 1, we said that that was giving us a volume of 8. Okay, if it was 2 of them, you count 8 plus 8, which is 16, or 8 times 2, which is 16. If there's 3 of them, 8 times 3 is 24. If there's 4 of them, 8 times 4 is 32. And if there's 5 of them, sorry, that 2 is not working. Okay, and if there's 5 of them, it would be 8 times 5, which is 40. This mouse is really giving me trouble right now. Sorry about that. Okay, so then the answer would be 40. The volume is 40. So that's the strategy today for solving these volume problems by using the base and the height. So if we look at this example, it's a little less clear as to how many are in the base. So to find the base, we're going to talk about doing just length times width. So we're looking here and we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as our length. And then going backwards, I got to get nice and close. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we have 6 as the length and 5 as the width, we need to figure out, well, what is the area of the base, right? So the area of the base there would be 30 cubic units, okay? Now, that is the base. In order to find volume, we're going to do base times the height, okay? So my height now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to say 30 times 7 to figure out my volume. And I know when I'm multiplying by multiples of 10, I do 7 times 3 is 21. And then I add on this 0. Okay, so this would be now 210. Each of these are centimeters. So it would be cubic centimeters or centimeter cubed. The little 3 is the exponent to talk about the 3 dimensions of length, width, and height. So that's the lesson for today, multiplying base times height in order to find volume. Good luck with the lesson, guys. Take care.